Avianca 317, Viewment 2 Alpha, runway 03 right. Report ready for descent.
Human 2 Alpha, runway 03 right, ready for descent, Avianca 317.
What's up, guys? Hello, welcome back.
Avianca 317, descent to flight level
We're on stream
190.
again. We leveled up the game a little bit more.
Descent to flight
Hola,
level
papi.
190,
¿Cómo estás?
Avianca
¿Qué tal?
317.
Welcome to the stream. And we're about to start streaming the arrival just now. It's not going to be a good one, I can tell you already. But we're going to try our best. The times are wrong, I think, for the flight. I'm not sure why. I didn't ask it to do the times, but anyway. It's obviously a much longer flight than that. Maybe I can. Yeah, I'll just delete that. That should sort itself out. Yeah, good. Doesn't know what the scheduled time of departure is. 22:43 arrival, which is likely. I'm flying with a bit of a time offset, so that's also kind of wrong-ish. But it's okay. You know, we do the best we can with what we have available. We'll make it work. So, welcome on board. So we got 4 engines. Everything's going well. We'll start a descent soon in about 15-ish minutes. I mean, what time is it now? Well, I'm flying with a time offset, so about 2 hours. So it's 19:08. So that's obviously incorrect. Fantastic. So top of drop is at 19:33 accordingly. So this is about 20-something minutes to go. And I'm just sorting out the arrival into Costa Rica. And so yeah, that's it. We're almost there, and we're sorting out the charts. Oh la 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 la! Don't need any of that. Don't need that. We're going to Morocco. To Costa Rica. So what's cool here is there's a bunch of volcanoes around, so it's gonna be a nice, pretty day to see all that. So we're coming in something like this, and we turn around, and it's just an ILS approach. If the wind was obviously favoring runway 25, they've got an RMP AR that brings you sort of around this volcano. Alternatively, they got a visual approach with prescribed tracks at 700 feet above the airfield, which is a little bit difficult on a heavier airplane. Yeah. I did get a mic set up, Mr. Hoodmany, but you can also like write up on YouTube. You know, we find the whole spiel here. How long is the layover in Costa Rica? Well, it depends on the availability of mamacitas, and that's just for the stream. Hey, it's just a joke. If anybody watches later, yeah. But yeah, so that's it. So then we come down in here. We do something strange. I think the weather was out here. Let's refresh that. So they're saying it's 090 15 gusting up to 25, so it's mostly a headwind anyway. Great visibility, some light drizzle, few clouds at 35, 26, 2997. So we need to go and put all of that. So that basically tells you runway 07 for sure, and use 15 gusting 25. I think that's probably the best choice as well. Think this might be the arrival that we're gonna fly, the Barra arrival from Color. UNSS RNAV 1 required. There's no spoofing here, there's no Shahid flying around, so things are usually pretty good. Blah 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 blah.
Launch Chile 4244, contact San Andres approach 119.3.
Zulu 07.
Contact San Andres approach 119.3, launch Chile 4244.
Yeah, on the way back we're doing like a short stopover in Miami, but actually this is just like the initial part, the long boring one, and tomorrow I'm planning on doing something that's a little bit more exciting, a little bit more hands-on, if everything goes according to plan. But I just wanted to get to Costa Rica first as part of the lore, and then from that point on we sort something else out. And then we're gonna land on this runway. It's pretty nice, 3,000 long. If you are doing the circling, they've got a pretty large displace threshold, so you get yourself correct. But on a drizzly runway here, it's fine, and we'll exit on Charlie or Alpha or Bravo, whatever that is. I think that's Bravo, and Alpha is the parallel taxiway, and we get to stop at the terminal. Fantastic. In terms of weights and stuff, I think we're kind of heavy. So at the moment we're at 182, 181.6. The maximum we can be is a good question. Let's find out. The maximum we can be is, where's the landing weight? 192. So yeah, we're already below the maximum, so no stress. Let's go ahead and do the landing performance for this. We can sync it directly, so we need to sync the flight management system. Just quality of life, easy stuff, and it's a wet runway, let's say, because of the drizzle. Landing techniques, manual, low brakes, and we'll use reverses. So compute. Yeah, so 3,086 meters available, and factored landing distance will have about 819 meters to stop. That's with auto brakes low. Medium obviously makes it better, so this is doable. Let's go config 3 and see what that does for us. 689 meters. So it's also quite possible with config 3, which now we have to kind of like look at the two and see which one might work better for us. For the Isla Zulu arrival, the missed approach has a max 210, so it's not that bad either. I'd like to climb out of there pretty quickly, so I think let's go for config 3 for the arrival. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the flight management. And we gotta sort out the arrivals. So 09015 gusting 25. I don't actually know how to set up the gusts, so we hope for the best. So this is exactly why we have to hide the METAR these days at some airports, because the Shahid also has this sort of system, I think, where you set up the temperature and the QNH so it knows how to follow the ground. So 2997, it seems that they use American altimeter here. In terms of the barra minimums, we've got to come up with a plan to see what's required. Minimums for a Delta category aircraft, Cat 1, let's say 5% go around gradient 3180. 3180 is not too bad. 3180 is not too bad given that the airfield itself is something around 3,000 feet, wasn't it? So she's at, yeah, 3,000 feet. 3180 is
Avianca 317.
actually kind of
Descent to
low,
flight
all
level
things considered.
080.
The 3180 is only about 140 above the field. So let's
Descend
take
to
a look
flight
at what
level
the
080,
threshold
Avianca
elevation
317.
is. Yeah, so it's 2940 at the threshold, so it's plus 1.1 uphill. So you see it's actually kind of on the base of the volcano. That kind of slope is probably expected. Other than that, everything looks quite standard. Come in here, okay, 1712, max 250, okay, cool, Athena 10. Bit of a drop. So we got 7 miles plus, how much is that? 4 miles, so 11 miles to drop from 12 to 10, which is doable. Not bad, a little bit more difficult if we were up at 17, but all things considered, this looks pretty cool. Nice. So minimum set, we said it was going to be a config 3 arrival, so the airplane needs to know it's going to be a config 3, otherwise it's going to give you
Copa 262.
issues with
Descent to flight level 200.
There we go, so now she knows it's a config 3.
Descent to flight level 200. Copa 262.
Good, that's it, pretty easy. We said auto brakes are low. I think might be a wise thing to do, given that it is a drizzly runway and we're quite heavy. And I don't think I've configured the reverses correctly, so we might have some struggles with that. Also take a look to see if our ILS is tuned. And the way we go about doing that, hit the radio nav switch here. And that's India, Oscar Charlie, Oscar 109.5. That it should pre-tune. And that kind of just should make sense with what we have here. 109.5. Y Coco, El Coco. Pretty cool. What happened to the actual air traffic controllers? Well, now you're coming to a part of the world where the air traffic is not as exciting. So I guess they don't actually show up as often as you'd expect, which is a bit disappointing because it would be nice. I think There's and also it really depends. Today is a weekday, so I guess the guys in actual America are still coming back from work, or I don't know. So they're not on, and I don't want to fly nights. So that's it. So I'll leave you a little bit more with the business class view. Where's the business class view? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. So here we are with our champagne. You see a little bit of the wobble in the engine. But yeah, pretty simple this time around. It's not much going on. I genuinely thought it would take a bit, it'll be a bit quicker, but maybe I can show you more of the chart or something else. What do you want to see about the 340? Let me know. You want to see the 4 engines? There's 2, so this is 3 and 4 on the right side, and on the left side you got 1 and 2, or is it the other way around? Let's find out. No, it's the same way. It doesn't switch around just because it's an Airbus. No, I think it's all the same. Where can we check? Ah, it should be written on the throttles anyway. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was right. Not quite aligned. They're all in the same detent position. So how bad can it be? Not pissed yet. Yeah, we're experiencing technical difficulties. Alright guys, so after all this time, my mouse seems to have... it's working good. Want to see that weird landing gear? Oh, you mean the center gear, right? So that comes out of this bit here. We can actually go... I'm planning on flying a stable approach, so hopefully when we... Just before we put the gear down, if you remind me, you can see it also has a weird mechanism. The way it comes out, I believe the two on the 2 mains come out, and then the middle landing gear comes out.
Flight level 130, Copa 262.
There's a Copa coming in as well. So 80 miles to go. I think we're gonna end up tuning the El Coco VOR, which is Theo, which if you are unaware, Spanish means uncle, I think. Tío papi, which means uncle daddy, which it probably indicates a strange relationship with your uncle. Tío, and we type in here Tío. Shows up. The one that's 183. So we'll watch that. And any of the arrivals I don't see anything else I'll use. So I'm just going to use that sort of times 3. And
contact Panama approach 123.3 Avianca 317.
We should be gold. Good. Is there a recall switch that I can click before I do a descent checklist? I don't know. I don't have checklist for this, so we're kind of just doing the best that we can do, and that's all it's going to be. See a little bit of the continent coming in. So where are we in terms of actual geographic position? Kind of here. With Barranquilla Center. I think it's Barranquilla, or no, sorry, we're with Tocumen, with Panama Center, and they're gonna swap us over soon to I don't know what sector that be. Mike Papa Zulu Lima is Panama, and here is Central America, I think it's called. Yeah. So all these countries have kind of just teamed up and made their own unified FIR. So I believe that's Belize. La Aurora is, I want to say, Nicaragua or Honduras. I'm not sure. I don't know what that is. What is that? Mike Sierra Lima Papa. El Salvador, okay, yeah. Managua.
Iberia 243 Heavy, Panama Center. Expect Barra 3 Charlie, runway 07.
What's that? Barra 3 Charlie for runway 07. Super. Let's accept that clearance.
Expect Barra 3 Charlie, runway 07. Iberia 243 Heavy.
Yeah, I'm also a little bit miffed that the actual controllers aren't on. I'm still keeping an eye on the situation, so I mean, if they do come on, then I'll swap over to them. But I don't think they will, not today. Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah. So these things come with like a deep language learning for uses AI, but I forgot to turn on the AI voices, so it's supposed to go and actually make it sound like you're flying real things. Also, my friend, I have a friend from Malaysia, and he's actually the one who lent his voice to the situation. I can give you his Instagram handle if you like. Please give him a like, follow, subscribe. He doesn't post all that much, but very knowledgeable guy, so yeah. Oh, pistons. Alright, Toxic Totsi. When do you think I should disconnect the autopilot? Bearing in mind that I need to also kind of show you the stable approach in the gear. But let's not make it too crazy. You know what? In the meantime, got another 18 miles to drop, so we can maybe take a look at some
Descent to
cinematic
flight
views.
level 080, Copa 262.
Honestly, maybe yes, but also probably no. Hola. Disconnecting at 50. Come on, PKS. I'm not sure if that's... I'm thinking we'll do it at... let me take a look. Okay, how about this? We drop the gear, we watch the animation, and then I disconnect. So that's like 2,000 something feet. It's not too bad. Disconnect IRL at 300 maybe. Yeah, that's not a bad idea also, but sometimes I can't remember if I've actually selected the disconnect switch, so let's see. How's the... Can you guys hear the fake ATC well
Iberia
enough, or is
243
it...
Heavy, Barra 3 Charlie, runway 07. Report ready for descent.
Alright, we called them when we're ready for descent. What do you guys think? You want to help me out a little bit with the descent management maybe? So we can report ready for descent. So at the moment, I've got the Uncle VOR
Iberia
to...
243 Heavy, Panama Center.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm supposed to reply.
Barra Tree Charlie, runway 07, call
Yeah,
when
so
ready.
we gotta go all the
Iberia
way around
243
the some
Heavy.
terrain in and around the area. You can see some of the mountains starting to pop up.
Copa 262, contact
In
Panama,
terms of
approach
distance to
123,
go,
decimal 3.
Contact Panama approach 123.3, Copa 262.
yes, South America. Man, maybe I should
Iberia
do the rest of the
243
stream
Heavy, descend to
with my
14,000
version
feet,
of a Spanish
altimeter
accent.
3000.
Descend to 14,000 feet, Iberia 243 Heavy.
What was I going to show you guys? Yeah, so when there we go. So trek miles remaining about 181. Still a little bit of time left to go. I think I'm going to end up flying the whole arrival, but sometimes the AI gives me like vectors at the end, and then it just stretches it a bit more. Well, let's see. Yes. Iberia 243, nivel 380. Request descent. This is how they speak Spanish in Spain. Hey, Gutham, come to Barcelona. Come to Barcelona, Gutham. Oh shit. Oh shit, the guy's actually online now on the actual network. So let me see. Maybe we can actually get in touch with a real controller instead of the online stuff. Let's see. Yes and no. Like he's online, but it's only the tower, so we don't actually want him. We want the whole spiel, right? So just to get the guy to say, "Oh, clear land isn't great."
Iberia 243 Heavy, contact Cinema Control 124.3, have a good day.
Center on 124.3, Iberia 243 Heavy.
Oh, I didn't know the thing was called Cinemair.
Canamer Control. Iberia 243 Heavy, descending via Barra Tree Charlie, flight level 380.
Iberia 243 Heavy, C number control, radar contact.
We were asked to descend to 1,000 feet. I guess I missed that. So I guess we descend now then. 1,000 is set. And we'll commence. Oh, I wanted to show you Boeing guys something really cool about the Airbus. So if you go to, oh man, I should have done it before. But basically if you go here, you can select what rate of descent you want your cabin to follow. So like minus 350 foot per minute, minus 200 foot per minute, and it actually adjusts your top of descent accordingly, so that your cabin can descend at that rate as well. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty nifty trick. So today the cabin is going to be descending at 350 foot per minute, and we might be able to see a little bit of that as it comes along, which is why we're doing 1,000 foot per minute with the engines out. And let's take a look at what the cabin's doing. Pressurization. It hasn't started descending yet. Why would you need that though? Okay, now say you, I don't know, say you got a cold. Yeah, you want to descend nice and slow. I don't know, man. Some people actually, I mean, I kind of cared, but can you fly to Oscar Echo Juliet November? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. But from here, like right now, or like maybe some other day. Anyway, I kind of want to, you know, let's take a look at the feasibility of a flyby. I don't know. I mean, no. Mustn't let the voices in my head win. So 110 miles from the TOVOR, which is not all that bad, and some miles yet left to run. Can I flight the Poos? Maybe. Where is Poos? It direct to Poos. Doesn't exist. Need to set up a new thing. Sorry about that, Toxic Totsi. But you do have very toxic requests. Let's get the terrain on the Indy. I think that's gonna be a threat that we can manage today. And I'm not really sure how we do that, but we need to adjust the brightness. Maybe it's this one. Yeah. This is the contrast, okay. Alright, not bad. We can do it this way. Alright, welcome to Costa Rica. Have you guys watched Jurassic Park? I'm pretty sure you have, but I just want confirmation. Because tomorrow, if everything goes okay, if I finish my chores, I'm gonna go from Costa Rica, from San Jose, or is it San Juan? Which one is it? It's San Jose. Yeah, San Jose. I'm gonna go from San Jose to the Isla Sorna and Isla Nublar, where the dinosaurs are, and tomorrow I'm gonna do a dinosaur sightseeing, which is gonna be pretty cool. So let me know what your favorite dinosaur is. Jurassic Park. Yeah, it's kind of like a theme park where this guy called Hammond, Hammond, right? Jack Hammond or John Hammond, kind of messed around with like genetic splicing and all that stuff. and a bunch of people died because the animals ate them. The animals were dinosaurs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go check out those islands like tomorrow, from Costa Rica. From Costa Rica to Jurassic Park, in a King Air, and we're gonna go find some of our favorite dinosaurs and gonna go like do like bush hopping, you know, go park right next to a whatever your favorite dinosaur is. I think my favorite is going to be the Ankylosaurus. Let me find his name. I like the Pachycephalosaurus. I think it reminds me a lot of myself. So look it up, it's pretty cool. No man, we're gonna go see some dinos. We're living in an alternate reality here. What do you think? About 80 miles to the TOVOR. Final is about how many miles long? I got 5 plus 11, 16 miles that way, 16 miles this way. That's another 32. Let's say 30 on top of this. 110. Yeah, looking okay, looking good. Is it time yet for level change? I do not know. I do not think so. But let's go sightseeing, so why not? Let's pull the altitude and she'll go now to cross idle and open descent. With 27 knot headwind, so that kind of messes things up for us as well, or helps us in this case. Bismillah. No, it's not. Is not Golf Alpha Yankee AF. You don't even know what it looks like. I think it reminds me of myself. It's pretty cool. Pretty. You need to look at it to realize it. Why have you now gone from YouTube to Twitch, my friend? Why? Oh, is it super delayed? My bad. Not really sure why that is. It shouldn't be. Maybe I have some sort of buffering on for quality, but maybe I have some sort of buffering on. I wouldn't know.
Wingo Panama 8947, contact Panama Center 120.3.
Center on 120.3, Wingo Panama 8947.
Wingo Panama. Just changing some tags here on Twitch because I forgot to change them. I knew I did them on YouTube, I just forgot them here. So we're flying a A340-300 today. Why? Why a A340-300? This is a very good question. I'm not entirely sure why. We're living in the past. Alright, 60, about 90 miles to go. We're at 270. I quite like this. I'm not really sure what the path has to say.
Iberia 243 Heavy, contact Coco approach 120.5.
Contact Coco approach 120.5.
The
Iberia
approach is called
243
Coco
Heavy.
approach. That's nice. So this thing says from 6,000
Coco
feet too
departure
low.
Iberia 243 Heavy, flight level 261. We have uniform.
Iberia 243 Heavy Coco approach, good day, altimeter 3000, expect the ILS Zulu runway 07 with the Otina transition.
Altimeter is 3,000
Altimeter
now.
3000, expect the ILS Zulu runway 07 with the Otina transition, Iberia 243 Heavy.
Alright, altimeter is
Iberia
updated.
243 Heavy, descend to 1,000 feet, altimeter 3000.
Descend to 1,000 feet, altimeter 3000, Iberia 243 Heavy.
So 1,000 set. Oh, sorry, I've just been talking with no, yep, so I was just saying the altimeter is at 3,000 here. In Costa Rica, they had quite a high transition level at 200, but they share that also the transition altitude, so you can't get confused if you fly there all the time. Bells are obviously on now for the, a little bit for the turbulence, and also, ooh, it's actually quite swinging. There's a little build-up up in front of us. We're gonna go punch right through it, because in the simulator there are no consequences. Nevertheless, you know what? We'll just leave the flights. We'll just leave the weather radar off. It's not very well depicted anyway, so. I guess that's the volcano. That would be a bit closer to seeing the caldera, but I guess not. Yeah, you got the right mentality there, Toxic Totsi. Send it. You're legally covered. You can do whatever you want when the seatbelt signs on. Alright, so we need to get to Oscar Charlie 507 below 17 above 12 at 250 knots. And that's we're super low in this case. So you pull the VS 500 foot per minute. And that's gonna read for us speed VS 500. And it's gonna go nice and slow. We're gonna get there at 1946. It's currently 1941, so we're gonna get there in 5 minutes. And 336, yeah, so we'll get there just above 12,000. And also have to take into account a little bit of slowing down to do. Can't wait for Starlink on planes. So we're going just over the top of it, so it's not going to be too bad. And kind of also on the edge. So this is decent avoiding action. Let's go see what that's going to look like from the rear, the right side. A little bit shaky, but not the end of the world. What do you mean if I shut down an engine? Which one? Oh, well, we need to talk about that a little bit more. What do you mean if I shut down an engine? Nothing would change. I mean, you lose 25% of your thrust, but that's not a big deal. I'm not sure why it's doing this curve the way it is. I mean, when I say it's not a big deal, I mean, of course, losing any engine, it is a bit of a deal, but I'm saying it's better than losing 50%. There you go. Let's go back to manage. You can see that green dot there. It basically means the path has come back to you. Thrust descend. She's gone onto idle now. This one doesn't have failure situations, but the whole reason why I'm doing the 340 today is because on... Oh, it's already here. It's Wednesday already, but I think Thursday is now it's tomorrow. On Thursday, I guess later in the day, one of the famous aircraft developers for Flight Simulator are coming out with the Airbus A340-300, which is obviously a stretch version of this with much bigger engines. But they're also partnering with somebody else who does different planes. So they're not too good, or I don't want to say they're not too good. They are not as well known for their visual fidelity. However, they come with a whole suite of failures that you can trigger, like preset, like, okay, I'll need to be descending, I'll need to be passing this altitude and this speed, and then the failures would trigger, which I think would be pretty cool to try. How much are they selling it for? I don't know. It's still a secret, I think. I'm curious. I think it's going to be a touch expensive. I believe they are kind of expensive for essentially software. Alright, so we're meeting 250 knots, below 17, above 12, which is all exactly as we want. From this point on, we're going to Atina, where the max speed should... Sorry, to Barra, between 15 and 10. And then the max speed there should be 210. Not at Barra, sorry, at Atina. Nice. Alright, let's reduce this rate of descent. We haven't been cleared any further. 500 foot per minute. Whoa! Got knocked there. I said the airfield was at almost 3,000 feet, right? So this is going to be time for the lights to go on. Just the landing light. And the logo light, but that's automatic here on a 340 on most Airbus families. And we're standing by for further clearance to descend. While we wait for that, I'm going to also pull the speed, and we'll set the speed 210. Minimum clean today is 222, so I'll go ahead and set 222 first, and we'll fly minimum clean. That's where it says there, clean 222.
Iberia 243 Heavy, descend to 10,000 feet.
Yeah,
Descend to 10,000 feet. Iberia 243 Heavy.
10,000 set. And
Iberia 243 Heavy, cleared direct Otina, cross Otina at or above 10,000 feet, cleared ILS Zulu runway 07.
Alright, we're clear for the ILS Zulu runway
Cleared direct
07.
Otina, cross Otina at or above 10,000 feet, cleared
I'll get the
ILS
LS
Zulu
modes
runway
on.
07, Iberia 243 Heavy.
And the first notch of flaps can go down. I'll close the speed here. 10,000. Slightly above the glide, no stress. Otina, we're gonna cross above 10. I'll set 8 next. Let's do 1,300. There you go, first notch of flaps out. Well, technically it's just a slats at this point. We haven't respected that speed limit at all. So 8,000 needs to come back to 210. 20 miles to go, 6 plus 3 should be at 9. I'm at 10.5. Close enough. We can manage. Nothing a little bit of the speed brakes can't solve. Oh. I thought we'd be able to see them from this point. I guess not. There you go. A little bit of speed brakes. To help us get down a little bit quicker. Alright, super. 16 miles out. I'll pull the speed back. Sorry, I'll pull the speed and we'll fly it at 210 knots. That's gonna help us use the drag of the slat and get us down a little bit quicker. Next altitude is 6,000. I need to make sure we cross Matas above 8. Yes, we do. 6,000 next, just on the localizer for now. Blockstar, we've caught it. Glide slope's coming alive nicely. I'll go ahead and arm the approach mode. So we need it's 1424. Let's say we'll need to do 1,000. 24, 1,400, so let's say 1,005 at the moment. We're gonna catch up nicely. Oopsie. Alright, so this is where we wanted to see that. The gear going down. I'm not good at this, trust me. This is a bit too...
Iberia 243
hotter than I
Heavy, contact
expected.
Coco Tower 118.6.
There you go, all three down. Coming
Over
down
to
on
Tower 118.6, Iberia 243 Heavy.
me. Okay. So
Coco
we
Tower, Iberia
touch fast.
243 Heavy, ILS Zulu runway 07.
5,000's next.
Iberia 243 Heavy, Coco Tower, wind 100 at 14,
1500.
runway 07, cleared to land.
180.
Runway 07
Hopefully
cleared to
we
land.
make it.
Iberia 243 Heavy.
Because we're at 9 miles. Still not on the glide yet. And let's go 1,000 above the field, which is at 4,000. We can take another notch off flaps. So it's now flaps 2. Why does it say load relief? Slat retraction 177. There shouldn't be load relief here. Ah. Okay. And let's let it manage the speed for us at 1,500 foot per minute. Speed brakes are still out as well. She's idling. In case of missed, it's gonna be 7,000 climbing to 10. Almost in the glide. The glide stop's captured. Mr. Approach altitude 10,000 feet is set. I'll leave the speed brakes out for another second. Flaps, speed brakes can go in. Flaps 3, which is our landing flap. And I clear to land, so we can go ahead and turn on all the lights. Super. So, completely configured, a little bit of an interception from above, which was completely down to pilot error and completely preventable, to be honest. So, there's the airfield in a rain shower. So, let's try get her down cleanly. Record this landing, hope for the best. Is swinging. And we'll go manual flight from here. Okay, the ground speed mini should be kicking in now to take care of wind changes. Godspeed, soldier. Soldier boy, tell him. Okay, 1,000 foot per minute. Come on. So you see she's gone ahead and haven't armed the speed brakes. Speed brakes are now armed. So that ECAM memo there on the right should be completely green. And it wasn't because the speed brakes weren't armed, and we missed that because it was a slightly hot approach. Okay, a touch of rain on the runway. Ofishmal. Trained in Qashqai is not it ain't a thing. Go. Need to manhunt. Whoa, look at that speed trend. Whoa, 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 whoa. Give me power, give me power, give me power. Yay, yay, yay. I am not very trustful of auto throttle sometimes, especially not the ones that you can't physically move. Wait.
500.
Oh, la, 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 la.
100 above.
Yeah, in Ramadan, you want to treat me like this?
Minimum.
Continue. Don't go idle.
50, 40, 30, 20 cars, 10 cars, 5.
Oh, I felt that. Whoa. Smackdown. Yo. My back hurts. Alright, so speed brakes are up, reversers green. Going through 60 knots. I'll take over.
Iberia 243 Heavy, exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway, Iberia 243 Heavy.
Been 10 hours and 41 minutes. And we'll turn left on Delta. Got this timer here. Usually we'd wait until we get off the runway, but it's a very short taxi, so let's go ahead and start the APU now. Whoa. I hurt my back. Slammed it. You can't slam a 330. Is it a 340? Very easy. Oh my gosh. How many G's did it say, Gogstein? Sorry, Toxic Totsi. Come on, move. I think I might have deflated the tires because I got 40% N1 on the center and she's just not moving. Bro, that was some heavy G's coming through. Come on. She does not want to move. I think I might have burst some tires. Or maybe the elevation is making it difficult. Anyway, I've recorded the replay, so we're gonna see how horrendous that was. Alright, so we kind of off the runway now. And we're gonna request taxi to parking. Gate A3A. So where is gate A3A? Ah, there it is. So that's roughly where we're gonna go. Just gonna use the center ones. Flaps can go up. Speed brakes are in. Get the lights gone. What the hell?
Iberia 243 Heavy, contact ground 121.9er.
Ground 121.9er, Iberia 243 Heavy, bye-bye.
Actually the worst parking of my life. Alright, so 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I'll shut down the outboard engines just now. Shortly, a couple seconds. Wind was all over the place. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I was getting tossed around.
Iberia 243 Heavy, request taxi to assigned gate.
Iberia.
I mean, given the circumstances, it was fine. I felt that sink though.
Gate Alpha.
And I was like,
Alpha
yeah.
taxi via Alpha.
Gate Alpha 3 Alpha via Alpha, Iberia 243 Heavy.
Alright, we're gonna gate Alpha 3 Alpha. Let's go ahead and turn. Oh, the APU is ready already. Yep, fantastic. Alpha 3 Alpha. 3 minutes, and we can shut down the outboard engines. They're off. This gate looks to be a little bit too small for my aircraft type. Bring her down. To get the taxi lights off. Alpha 3 Alpha. Alright. Maybe it isn't. Why aren't you turning? Ah, okay. Yes, so we've uncovered a problem that I've forgotten about. Cannot do single engine taxi on this airplane without... Oopsie, we'll keep that on. We'll turn on some hydraulic pumps because turning off some of them, turning off the engines, the outboard engines, means that you no longer have nose wheel steering. Great, so we kind of overshot the turn. And does it work now? Yes, it does. Maybe I shouldn't have turned off the outboard engines. Come on. Come on. What a shame. Come on. He's barely doing half a knot over the ground. Okay, let me try straighten the nose and then use the momentum again. There we go. A little bit better. Oh my gosh. All right. Almost 50% N1. Do not try this at home, folks. Bring that down to 40 and 40. Too fast. Nah, I think we're well past the spot, eh? Let's go take a look from outside. Yeah, oh days. Alright, well, Marshall doesn't know how to marshal either. For whatever reason, the door left of the mid cabin is now open, which I hadn't asked for. So we're gonna go ahead and close that again. And we're gonna call it the end of the flight. Which is not great. Sorry about the camera, I think it's sort of died while streaming. So we don't need to... Yeah, anyway, let's see. Let's close this door again. While it was armed, by the way. And since that's closed, I'm gonna go back up to the overhead panel. And we're gonna turn on the APU bleed. Which is gonna allow us to start engine number 4 again. And while that happens, we're gonna go back and sort out the hydraulic stuff so I can watch that replay in peace. Okay, fine. And this guy's still marshalling me in. Close, 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 close. Good, good, good. And a little bit of... Yeah, these are bugs. For whatever reason, it decided that this was an appropriate place for my aircraft to park. Oh no, it is actually... I parked okay. But before I even cut the engines, the jet bridge just sort of connected, which is why the door opened. This is actually an appropriate parking spot for me. You can see, maybe not with the United here, but it isn't the worst. But yeah. I think this is in fact where the international heavies do park, where the Copa is parked right now. So then they get enough space for their wings as well. But I guess this is how the traffic was injected for this arrival. So as a good start on the number 4 engine, I'm just going to go ahead and start number 1 engine, and I'm going to take a look at the replay. I think I started the replay already when I had flaps 3, so I'll go ahead and set flaps 3 as well. And I'll reset the landing. So the takeoff parameters. Landing lights were on, taxi lights were on, the strobes were definitely on. Runway turnoff was on, and I'll turn this off as soon as the other engine is stable. Yeah. Airside driving. Fun. I felt that sink coming and I was like, yeah. I clinched and there was nothing I could do. I could maybe have flared a bit more, but then I was slightly concerned about the tail, and then you know, fly back up in the air. But the wind was all over the place. At some point on the approach I noticed we were only about 45% N1, which isn't the best amount of N1 to have, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's go up here. APU bleed can go off. APU master switch off. Go back to this view. And we can watch the arrival. What view would you like to see the landing from? Got a bunch of them now, so you can actually kind of pick. Right, this is us. Yeah, the trend vector was all over the place. I was really let's go chase view or spot view, and then we can kind of focus on where we want it to be. Yeah, this kind of works. Maybe like this, so you can see part of the engines and Also the landing gear. Yeah, I don't know, not great, not absolutely terrible either. Let's see what the landing. No, this is a bit, you know what, I might be able to adjust this very quickly. So then we can kind of watch it like, oops. Oh yeah. Like this. Go up a bit. No, actually down a bit. Wait a second. I don't know if you noticed that. The slides deployed. So the door opened without without being disarmed. Very nice. Okay, so here's the little bit of a crosswind that we had. And we're coming in for the touch. Oh. To be fair, given the conditions, not the worst. It was definitely a smackdown though, but I'm pretty sure I've done worse before. So, I don't know what it says in terms of foot per minute. I've got two monitors here. One says I landed with 253 foot per minute with 1.06 G, whereas the other one detected 546 foot per minute with 1.01 G. That didn't look like a 1G landing, to be honest. It seemed like a bit more oomph. There's definitely a bit more oomph there. Okay, let's take a look at this view as the guys come into Costa Rica. Costa Rica, expensive holiday. Hey. I can't seem to reset the speed brakes, which is why they're out. But yeah, there we go. Pitching and weaving and clench. Boom. I do like the bucket reverses though, they're pretty cool. Yeah man, the graphics these days. Do you see the rain over the oh shit, brakes hot, delay. Okay, so we're done with the replay, so that's fine. Why can't I move this to idle? Okay, no stress.
All aircraft be advised information Victor now current.
Brakes hot,
Altimeter
so how do I
2998.
cool it down? There should be a brake fan somewhere. Alright, no stress. Everything is going according to plan. Yep, so that was the arrival. I hope you saw the rain on the end of the runway. And I'm also gonna sleep now. Thanks Totsi for watching. Hope you enjoyed the touchdown. Landing was okay, I'm guessing. Not the best, but it is what it is. Arrivederci, thank you for joining me for the stream. And here is everybody evacuating. In fact, you know what? Let's pretend like we evacuated. Flaps 40, well flaps 4. Island, that's me. Let's see.
1,000.
Jesus Christ.
1,000.
Okay, I've stopped. Parking brake set, everything's cut off. And let's assume I shut down all the engines. And all the doors are now opened. Good. On my way out, I'll push all the fire switches. Oh, there's 4 of them this time, yeah. All of them are pushed. Definitely push that. Oh, they pop back out. Okay, good to know. And then we leave. Super cool. Alright guys, auf Wiedersehen. Thanks for watching.